Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
All right. What is up, party people? It is Tuesday, the 3rd of March, in the year of our Lord 2026. This is episode 233 3 of Pop Culture Warrior, the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. I'm your host, CQ. And with me tonight is absolutely no one. I'm flying solo tonight, and I'm feeling all right. Bored. I'm bored, man. Been working hard and doing stuff and just bored. So tonight, I mean, I have news stories, but I just felt like bullshitting. Just felt like bullshitting tonight. I don't feel like just for men. Is it that bad, you think? Is it time? Is it time to go just for men? Shout out to everybody that's already in the chats. Angry Elf, I see you, buddy. Anubis, Heath, my man. Is it that bad? Is it that bad? Really? I don't know. I don't think I'm here. I'm there. I'm not there just yet. Anyway, yeah, I've uh I've been running around like a crazy man, doing stuff for the shows. I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but I am now the station manager for W.T.F Nation Radio, or as I like to say, I am the executive director for W.T.F Nation Radio. And so I now wear a lot more hats than just host of Pop Culture Warrior and host of FTX, you know. And so it's been really cool because I have gotten to push certain things that I've seen. And I'm like, oh man, we could do this and we can do that and we can improve in these areas and those areas. I've been able to slowly kind of get those cogs going. We're back to releasing podcast episodes, which is awesome. Awesome. Last I checked, let's see. What was our numbers at? Let me pull up my dashboard. 1 second, folks. I told you, I have no plan for tonight. I'm just going to sit here and bullshit and wear the Infinity Gauntlet. You're funny. I think I gotta change the batteries for that thing because it randomly goes off. It's very spooky, very ghost driven. Oh yeah, so we're at 163 downloads of WTF Nation Radio podcast episodes, which is awesome. Awesome. Shout out to the team that's been uploading some of our old episodes. They've been awesome. Eric Gray, what's up, man? How you doing? What's good, man? Let's see. Yeah, man, we have been cooking. Looking good. But anyway, so we're back to making audio podcast. As some of you may or might not know, we are now streaming horizontally on a bunch of platforms as well as vertically on a bunch of platforms. So pick your poison, pick your choice, horizontally or vertically. It's all good. There's that. We have I've spent the better part of the go howl at the moon tonight. It might help. It's been a while since I've howled at the moon. I like that. I might actually do that. Let's see. I'm gonna move this. No, not that. This. Move this over here. Ooh, I like that. You like that? I'm gonna make this smaller. I'm just playing around with some of the boxes and things. Good evening, Jen. How you doing? What is up? We're just sitting here chatting. We're just chatting it up. Getting to know each other. Just having a little goss session. Here we go. That's better. That'll fit right nicely. Beautiful. I like horizontally. Hey, what up, Sports Bar? How y'all doing tonight? Good evening. Good evening. Let's see. What else? So some other things. So we've got to go. Very excited because a lot of good things have been happening lately. The reset launch, it's doing great. So happy. Let me know if you guys have seen any of the reset yet with Dr. J. It's great. It's a great show for mental health and just kind of that resilience and strength and whatnot. Um, the shows are doing great. We're pushing more on socials. We're pushing more in reels and shorts and clips. Gonna get back to doing TikToks. Admittedly, I fell off the social media bandwagon as I was taking on everything for the station. I kind of put my own social media stuff behind, and so now I'm back to doing that. So you'll see a lot more of articles and stories and shares and videos and clips. Um, and things on the Pop Culture Warrior side. Jen, love you guys and share whatever I can. Jen, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps, man. People think like, oh, I need to donate money. And it's like, well, that's nice. Just sharing, giving a like, giving a comment, and sharing goes so far. And I don't think the average person knows how much power they have in controlling that algorithm by just a simple like, share, post, yada, yada, yada. Jen says, awesome. Army retired here. Hey, right here. I'm Army retired myself. My son is active U.S. Air Force. He was 5th gen. Nice. Outstanding. My 4 of my brothers and sisters-in-law, my wife's brothers and sisters, are currently serving in the Air Force. So in different capacities, some stateside, some overseas. So shout out to them. Appreciate them for their continued service. V disability has more than my retirement, so fixed income. I don't donate, but I can share and do. God bless you. God bless it. Holly, what's up, Holly? You doing all right, CQ? I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood tonight. And I was just like, you know what? I could have canceled. The show, but I said, you know what? No, let me just hang out with my peeps. Let me hang with my peeps. Let's just chit chat. So if there's something you guys want to talk about, let me know. We'll talk about it. This is Pop Culture Warrior Unfiltered. I figured I'd start off with just sharing some of the stuff we've been doing behind the scenes. Grandpa Navy dad, Army husband, Army all of us, told my kid, Coach Air Force. Yes, exactly. When my wife's brothers and sisters, who are all younger than us by a good margin, were like, we're thinking of going active. And I told them, I said, hey, proud Army guy here, but go Air Force. Do yourself a favor. Go Air Force. And thankfully they listened. So what else going on around the station? Okay, I'll do it myself mood. Yes. A very Thanos. Fine, I'll do it myself. The new Resident Evil game is decent. I've heard really good things about the new Resident Evil game. Like I haven't played Resident Evil. Like I did 1, 2, and 3, obviously back in the day. Never got around to 4 or 5. I heard terrible things about 5. I did play, what was it? Not Village. What was the one in the house? Biohazard, something like that. Didn't play Village with the tall chick. But I played the other one. But yeah, 9 is supposedly like doing really, really well. So Requiem, I believe is what it's called. So good for them. How hard is it to make a fucking game where you shoot and fight zombies, right? Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. What do you think Nathan Fillion is up to with his Instagram? Yeah, I saw that. Nathan Fillion's like going around and connecting with certain celebs to film stuff, and the leading theory is it has something to do with Firefly. because a lot of the people he's going to were a part of that Firefly series back in the day. Um, Maybe some sort of reboot. Maybe, I mean, I don't think they're gonna bring him out and do more episodes of Firefly with that cast. I mean, they're all like 30 years older. Um, I said you scattered likes. You guys are funny. Um, Part 4 is one of the greatest games ever. Okay, I've heard good things. The program incorporates breath work and BRM through VR, and it is awesome. That's cool, man. That's cool. I heard the new Resident game is Resident Evil game is too scary. Are you tense? You seem tense. You know, there's techniques to help rest your nervous system. I'm tense. I am tense. Thank you. His Firefly crew. Yep, exactly. I'm done. Good night, guys. Appreciate you, man. On Sheriff County and the offshoot of the Free Country series. Yeah. Exactly. So no, yeah. What the fuck was I talking about? Jesus Christ. New shows. There's 2 new shows that we're kind of formulating. It's funny because one of them, we've got the host and we're just retooling what the idea of the show was. And the other one, the show is ready. It just needs a host. It needs a very specific host, a very specific type of person to host. But the show is built and ready, and it's going to be amazing. So stay tuned. Gummy, dude, I should take a gummy, and then you just guys see just how silly I can get over the 2 hours of it kicking in. Box breathing. Yes, box breathing. We went over that on have you been watching the reset? Please tell me one is military comedy. You know, one is related to comedy. I will say that. One is related to comedy. But that's all I'm gonna say about that because it's still in progress. What else at the station? We've the last couple weeks I've been pounding on the doors of just about every PR company and marketing company and letting them like, hey, we're open for business. We're ready to get back into doing interviews again. And so over the coming weeks, you're gonna start to see uh so many interviews, not just on Pop Culture Warrior here, but on Monday Edition, Sergeant's Time, Sports Bar, FTX. Even FTX is going to have some interviews, more like little pop in segments. Um, the Reset will have interviews. Is Radar in prison? I can neither confirm nor deny if Radar is in. No, he's not in prison. He's in a prison of his own emotions. He's just working, man. He's working like triple time and dealing with family stuff, and so that's why he's taking a step back. But a good friend of ours, K Mill, here at the station, is in talks to temporarily kick the smoke pit back up. So yes. And I watched the reset. Yeah, it's great. The reset's great. Dr. J's awesome. Love her, man. She's really, really good. I'm back for a limited time only. I've got to break my skin. Let's see. I'm retired. Yeah, I feel you. So that stuff's going great. Right now, K Mill is watching The Bride. I got him into a secret sneak peek of The Bride, so he'll probably report back on how that was coming out of that. Tomorrow, me and Nemo are going to a preview screening of Project Hail Mary, the new Ryan Gosling film that comes out next month. So stay tuned and see what we think about it. We're actually going to the Motion Picture Association's headquarters to screen the film. So that's going to be interesting. That's a first for me. I've seen a lot of sneak screenings and previews and early screenings, but I've never been to the Motion Picture Association's headquarters. So I'm surprised you didn't go. I wanted to do a show. I wanted to do a show. Gonna sound crazy. Lay down on the floor, lay back, then lay your hands on your head. So you're do repeat your two views a big sigh. This is such a nervous. Okay, I like that. I might give that a try. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'll definitely give that a shot. For Dragon fans, the Night of Seven Kingdoms was pretty good. So I was talking to Mad Mike about the. We were talking about it last week, and he said there's a lot of pooping on that show. A lot of diarrhea, pooping scenes. I mean that's just Mad Mike's take on the show. So we'll see. Um, what else? What else? What else? So many things. So many things. So little time. Yeah, we're doing a lot. We're gonna have a lot of conventions coming up soon. Convention season is gonna start kicking off soon here in the next couple weeks. We've got Awesome Con. That is a mainstay for us. We go every year. But funny enough, that same weekend, there's a new convention I've come to find out in the Baltimore area called Unpub, and it's basically a gathering of board game designers and things like that, where people can bring games that they're working on and get them play tested or get feedback. They do they do reviews, they do panels, they do exhibits, they do all types of stuff. Some companies will have vendor booths and sell stuff and all that, but it's like a typical Comic-Con, except it's all about indie, unpublished board games, card games, dice games, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna check it out. I've never been, so I'm gonna check it out. Just as Unpub is awesome. I got games for my autistic kids there. It's so cool. All right, right on, right on. Where'd you go to Unpub at? Are you in the DC, Maryland area? Unless maybe they do multiple areas. I don't know. Are any in Virginia? You should hit Toylanta at the end of March in Georgia. I might be heading there myself. Maybe. Honestly, this year already is so overpacked. We've actually been saying no to conventions that have reached out. We got press passes for PizzaCon in Las Vegas. We're not going to that. I got press passes for the NAB, which I don't know, you're south of DC and north of Richmond. Gotcha. I don't know what NAB stands for, but it has to do with like broadcasters and everybody in the media. So it's like a Comic-Con, but for media personnel. You can't just buy a ticket and go. You have to be invited. So we were invited to that, but not going to go. Not because I don't want to. Let me just be clear. Not because I don't want to, just because we are stretched so thin this year. We are going to San Diego Comic-Con. We are going to New York Comic-Con. We're going to Awesome Con. We're going to definitely PAX Unplugged, Grand Gathering. Fuck, so many. Unpub will be there. There is no MGS Con this year. Otherwise, we'd be at that. There's just so many. There's just so many. She has a master's in cinematography. Nice, very cool. That is good. So I'm very excited for Unpub. I had a blast at PAX Unplugged. That's tough to say. PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia was phenomenal last year, and we were only there for a couple hours. We were just there for a short check-in, quick trip. This year, we're going for the whole weekend. We're going for the whole 4 days. We're getting hotels, doing the whole deal. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Jesus, so many conventions and things. But yeah, so there'll be a lot of travel this year. I'm also, and I'll just put this out there now, I'm going to be spending 2 weeks in Europe over, was it September? We're making the plans now, but so there will be 2 episodes where I don't know if it'll be canceled or it'll just be Mad Mike and somebody else, but there will be lack of CQ for 2 weeks come September, while I am bouncing from London to Paris to Italy and a couple other places. So yeah, I would say, oh, I'll go live while I'm over there, but who knows? Wi-Fi works and connection, and I don't want to. I'm on vacation. I don't want to be dealing with that nonsense. I'll be on vacation. I deserve it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What other things? This is gonna make for really good podcasting. Just dead air. I have a Lego set. I could just sit here and build my Lego set. I just share it. Have you tried the Steam version? Oh, the Steam version of the Nintendo Switch. My son was trying to have me get one for online gaming. The Steam version of the Nintendo Switch. Oh, that's the like the Steam Deck or whatever it is. I have um I have the Xbox version, the Xbox Rogue Ally, which is just a Steam handheld that also can play Xbox games. So I do have that. I think the Steam version is just like that, but without the Xbox stuff. Hey, Cotton, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Europe. Let me know. I can adjust my schedule. I'm heading to Germany in June for a month. What are you doing in Germany for a month? Shockwave. Nice. Nice. Roller Park Shockwave. Nice. But yeah. What else? What else is going on? Damn, there's so much stuff. Try not to watch the news because my God, so much going on. He was showing it to me and it looked really cool. I do computer game with him when he's deployed. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And yes, I will keep an eye on the travel plans. Yeah. Um, obviously, like where we're going, it's not really near that. I mean, it's nearer than here, um, but yeah, no, we'll. I was just talking to my wife about that. We're like, we better keep an eye on the news for whatnot. Hey Corey, somebody's and buddies. What's up, Corey? The news is triggering, and I'm trying to protect my peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's be real for a second. Like, the news has gotten away from the news and keeping you abreast of situations. It has just become a place for fear mongering and inciting just anger. Whether that's the left side or the right, I don't care. I'm apolitical. Left side, right side, I don't give a shit. You both suck. Everybody sucks. So, just finished finals thinking about you guys. Gay. Just kidding. You guys are funny. I signed a Mississippi Gardens in Vegas so I can finish school. Nice. Very nice. So yeah, the media, all of the media has just gotten really good. They realize that's what gets it. That's the clickbait. That's what gets the views. It's how angry can we get people, because that's what it's not about. It's not about news. It's not about educating yourself or learning or research. I think it was Denzel Washington gave a really fucking awesome summation of it once. He was on the red carpet, and so they had asked him some stupid question, and he basically was like, look, you guys aren't about getting it right. You're about getting it first. And getting it first means you're going to be wrong a lot of times. And you're going to jump to conclusions a lot of times. And he's like, the news used to be about well thought out, well researched, well vetted sources giving information, and yeah, it's now just about, you know, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get on that side. This is why I started Pop Culture War. I wanted a place where I can just talk about all the nerdy goodness and geeky delights. I mean, look at my background, for Christ's sake. I haven't aged past 12 apparently. So yeah. A majority of the time they don't even talk about the issue. They talk about people who were just involved and why it's good or bad. Yeah, exactly. 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 That died with Walter Cronkite. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, journalism. Ugh. It's not journalism anymore. It's sensationalism. Yeah. Ugh. I hate it. Um. Anyway, got a lot of fun stuff. Recently, if you watch FTX, our Friday night tabletop exercise gaming show, um, we have just been getting inundated with games lately. And I feel so bad because these companies are like, hey, here's a free game, play it on your show. And I'm like, awesome, we will. But the backlog is starting to really get huge. I just got an email today. One of the companies is sending us 3 more games. And I'm like, it's cool when they're like tiny, quick 10-minute, 15-minute games. Maybe we can get to 2 or 3 in a game show. But when it's a big involved game that, has, we're lucky if we can get through 1 in a show. So, there's a lot. There's a lot, like a lot of games, but really cool stuff too, man. The Boys board game, Evil Dead 2, the board game, a bunch of new stuff and independent stuff, things you've never heard, things that are offshoots of other things like Exploding Kittens, the board game. Uh, there's so much. There's so much. There's a Hasbro crossover with one. It's like this dice company. They make like, it's like Fun with Dice is the name of the company or something like that. And they just got an IP crossover with a lot of Hasbro games. So they're gonna do like a dice version, a dice only version of like Monopoly, of Connect Four, of Battleship, like a bunch of like the classic IPs, but made into like a dice rolling game, almost like a Yahtzee, I guess. So they're gonna send us a bunch of whatever. Poetry for Neanderthals. We actually have that one. That's one of the ones on our backlog. Anything Exploding Kittens has been fun. Yep. We've done Zombie Kittens and a couple of those versions. Happy Salmon. It's a quick and fun. I'm gonna have to look up Happy Salmon. That'll be interesting. Let's see. I think I missed a few comments. Sorry, guys. You're doing so good. You're you're doing comments so fast. If I didn't read it, if I didn't catch it, send it again. My TVs stay on Science Channel and Food Network. Smart. Snyderverse return? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Better than Netflix. You guys are funny. There is a question I think I saw about what do I think about the merger, the Paramount and WB merger. I have a lot of thoughts about the Paramount WB merger. I'm glad Netflix isn't going to get it. I'm so glad that Netflix is going to get it because Netflix would have stripped it for IP, and that would have been the end of Warner Brothers completely. With Paramount, it still stands a chance to last as a legacy thing, but at this point, like it's we're headed to a place in society where like I'm putting my, this is why I have to have notes and things to have my thoughts together before I go show, because ADHD kicks in like a bitch. When you look at things like food brands, makeup brands, clothing brands, while it seems like there's hundreds of thousands of options, when you look at who owns what and who owns who in the grand scheme of things, it's like five companies. It's like five companies that own all, like the Coca-Colas of it all is owned by a bigger company that owns a bunch of other things. So it's the was it like the P&G. Oh man, I there was this huge chart that like charted it all. Um, it's crazy when you like learn about all this stuff. Um, there are a small number of massive conglomerates: Nestle, Procter and Gamble, which is a P&G, PepsiCo, Unilever, Coca-Cola, that own the majority of consumer brands globally. They create the illusion of choice, but there isn't. They own it all. In tech, you have the big five: Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, and Microsoft, that own basically everything beneath them. Uh, so Nestle owns brands like Purina, Kit Kat, Nespresso, Gerber. Procter and Gamble have things like Gillette, Oral-B, Tide, Pampers, Old Spice. PepsiCo owns obviously Pepsi, Lay's, Gatorade, Doritos. Um, Unilever owns brands like Dove, Axe, Lipton, Hellmann's. Coca-Cola owns things not just Coca-Cola related, but a lot of other things: Dasani Waters, Minute Maid, and a bunch of other things. Um, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. X has the chart, and several groups in Telegram have posted it. Yeah, exactly. Apparently, it comes down to a handful. The choices are an illusion. Yes. Um, would have killed the movie going experience. Netflix would have destroyed DC for sure. NVIDIA will be as big as any. Yeah. NVIDIA with, surprisingly, I would have agreed with you until recently. NVIDIA, was it NVIDIA or there was the other one? One of the big companies that's known for making graphics cards, and I think it was NVIDIA. I think it was NVIDIA. Have basically switched their model, and they're basically like, we're going all in on AI and going away from like graphics cards for general use. They're switching gears into almost like a instead of a consumer hardware component brand, they're moving into like government, or not government, but like big corporate data warehouse kind of territory. Um, my husband and I debate a lot on DC versus Marvel. Yeah, tell me about it. Um, so yeah, they're 10 years ahead. But my concern is when a company basically turns its back on the consumers that brought it to the place that it is, it's never really a good thing in the long term for that company. So while AI and this shit is hot now, the same way crypto was big for a couple years and it spiked, sales of those chips and things. Once AI starts to simmer down, they're going to go, oh, wait, what happened to all that money we were making? Hey, we'll start making graphics cards again. And they will have burned those bridges for a lot of, for that. But, let's see here. This is the thing. It says the 12 companies, 12 companies together own 550 plus consumer brands. So the 12 companies being PepsiCo, P&G, Unilever, Nestle, was that, I can't see, it's so small. Why is it so small? German Mills, Dannon, Kraft something, Coca-Cola, Mars, own all the, Jesus Christ, the number of companies is staggering that they own. So yeah, Um, yeah, cloud's not secure enough. Yes, yes. Will be even more huge. Yes, look at the Cracker Barrel fiasco as an example of losing touch with consumers. Yes, exactly, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I don't even know how I got on that. I have no idea how I got on that topic. Oh man, but the companies that own everything. Oh, it was about the Warner Brother Netflix merger. Now, so we're getting to a place in entertainment. That was going to be my point. I was going to circle back to my Jesus Christ. Oh God. Oh man. Um, in those companies, like the food companies, the drink companies, the healthcare companies, the wear companies, like they all get eaten by the bigger fish until there's only five companies that control everything. And I feel like that's where we're headed in media. We've already seen Fox bought out. We've saw like what was it? Disney bought out, Lucasfilms. They bought out Marvel. They bought out Pixar. They bought out like all these companies. So like Disney is one of these massive, massive. And then when COVID hit and Disney hit like an all-time low because all the parks were shut, all the cruises were shut, the movie theaters were shut, they almost went bankrupt. And then Apple was going to buy them. And it's like, if that happens, Jesus Christ, man. A couple years from now, there's going to be like five companies left. There's going to be like Apple. It's going to be, you know, Disney if they don't get bought out by somebody else. This WB Paramount merger thing, because Paramount already bought out Discovery and Skydance and a bunch of others. Netflix bought a bunch of companies. I mean, my God, everybody's just buying everybody. The media montages of all the news people are saying the same script was unreal. Media is a way to placate the masses. Yes, yes. So, a little inside baseball for you. Those clips are real of like media saying the same thing. A lot of times, especially in the world of 24-hour news cycles, they have to have stuff to put on air quickly, quickly, quickly. So you have things called it's kind of like an RSS feed, but it's basically the God. I used to know this. It's the M MPAA or something. There's basically a stream of news media of things that come across the wire, right? Where they'll say like the AP news, sources like that, where they just send out this stuff and they hope it gets picked up, because then they'll get, like credit. Credit goes to this affiliated station that came up with this news story, whatever. So what happens is a lot of times, to get to the news first, they'll just grab it off the wire and basically throw it up into the teleprompter and as is. They don't, again, it's the news media. They're not going to sit there and vet the sources and alter it and correct it. They'll just copy, paste. And so what ends up happening is you have affiliates all over the country reading the same copy, basically. Uh, WTF Nation Radio is looking to buy Disney. Any truth to that? Listen, we put in a bid, but apparently my Blockbuster gift card and AOL minutes wasn't a interesting offer. So yeah, the pre-recorded info based on higher directives. Yeah, 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 yeah. We will not need the big ones. Yeah. So yeah. So a lot of times, it's about getting the information out there as fast as possible and filling in dead air and all these things. And so they end up just copy and pasting something that they pull off the AP wire, and which is the Associated Press, and then it just whatever. Need to run it through ChatGPT first. Yeah, yeah, yep. Exactly. So yeah, so that's why you'll end up hearing, you'll see those stories of like, this is, they're saying the same thing over and over. Yeah, because it's copy and paste. They don't have time or take the effort to actually take it and adjust it. You know, when I'm briefing you guys on what's happening in pop culture, I mean, sometimes I do read an article and I'll tell you straight from the article, but I'll tell you that I'm taking it from the article. I'll say, like, based on what Hollywood Reporter says, you know. But yeah, the idea is that I'm taking it and I'm putting it through my lens and putting it through my thoughts and giving you uh that information based on what I think. Simple as that. Star Wars should go to anyone but Disney. They screwed up big time with all the DEI shit. Yeah, I think here's my real thoughts. Here's my real unfiltered thought. DEI is a good thing. Diversity, quality, that's a good thing. Every group should feel represented. But going to the point where that is the story, or that's because of the story, I should say, like that, you know, like a show should have a gay character, right? But it shouldn't, that shouldn't be the main thing, right? That shouldn't be their defining characteristic. I know plenty of gay people that live very interesting lives outside of the fact that they're gay. You know, I know many Asian people that live very fulfilling lives that have, it's not because they're Asian, you know? Uh, so when that becomes like the point of that character, I don't think that's good. You can just have a gay character who's a good character and happens to be gay versus like, here's our gay character, here's our black character. And it's like, no. Um, but yeah, so step in the right direction, but maybe went too far. And I think that is goes both ways. That goes both sides of the aisle. Whether you're red or blue or right or left, you can be on your side, but don't take it all the way. Don't go to the extremes, because that's the part that's just, man. I have a trans kid and a gay daughter, so I'm not against diversity. Exactly, exactly. God bless. You know, putting it out there the way they do, not letting episodes go on unless they meet that metric. Right, right, right. You got a few ideas for Star Wars? Don't put them out there. They'll steal it. They'll steal it. My favorite was, if you ever watch Parks and Recreation, and Patton Oswalt's character goes on that filibuster. And so he goes, if I was going to write Star Wars, it would be like this: open on the desert planet, in the hands of, you see, coming out of the Sarlacc pit is what I, and they basically just did that for the opening of the Boba Fett show. They basically just took his exact speech and made it a reality. Um, that was phenomenal. I was like, wait, even though the show wasn't the best, but I just love the fact that they basically took his exact monologue and made it into an episode. Um, but yeah. Um, what else we got? That reminds me of the Greeks. They did the gay stuff. They didn't really see themselves as gay because it wasn't an identity, but rather just an act. It was just a thing. Yeah, it was something they did, not who they were. But today we see people who make gay as a part of their identity. It's literally who they are. I mean, yeah, it's so funny. I was just talking to my wife. So, real story, this is true. I shouldn't share this, but it's absolutely true. The other day, my wife, we woke up and she looked at me. She's like, "Ugh." And I went, "What?" She goes, "I'm disappointed." I go, "What? Just woke up. How have I already disappointed you?" And apparently, she had had a dream where I took on a black male lover. And it wasn't the fact that it was a black guy or that I was a guy. It was just the fact that like I cheated on her in the dream, and it happened to also be a black guy. And she's like, oh, seeing you with a man, it was gross. Um, I don't know why I'm sharing that, but I thought that was funny. Will the Iranians be putting out any new Rambo movies? That's funny. That's funny. Can we go back to just don't ask, don't tell, and people just live their lives? Yeah. I mean, again, like, oh, that Jesus Christ, that was my thought, dude. I'm having an ADHD fucking bath tonight. It was about the Greeks, and and so messing with my wife, I was like, who cares if I did that stuff in your dream? I'm like it's not a big deal. And she's like, oh, it's so wrong, and I'm like, it's like the Greeks did it, man. Like it wasn't a big deal. It was like I mean, a hole's a hole, you know, and just whatever you do, whatever you do. Um, I was just trying to get under her skin because I thought it was funny, but moving on. I don't know why I shared any of that, and I hope that doesn't get clipped and used. Yeah. But there's a lot. There's a lot. I'm supposed to work on that WowCube app. Oh, if anybody knows app development, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. A lot of her imagination came up with it. That's true. My wife has like one of the most overactive imaginations when it comes to dreams. And for her, they're very vivid. She's woken up for like a dream where she was in an earthquake, and she like dives onto the floor because she thinks it's still happening, and I don't know, but a bunch of weird stuff. She has a very overactive sleep imagination or whatever the fuck that drives that. I don't know. Weird. Where was I going with that? I don't know. There's a lot. But you need, bro. You try any of those app builders? Oh, so for the app, so I got one of these, which is a Wow Cube. This one's dead, so it won't turn on. The other one's still alive? I don't know, probably not. But basically, it's like a Rubik's Cube, but with like iPad screens. And so it plays all these games and widgets and has apps and things. And um, I entered in, there's a grant where you could design the next great thing for the Wow Cube, and then you get a big boatload of money, like $100,000, up to $100,000, I should say. And I had an idea for an app, and it's a bomb diffusal. So the idea is that the cube is a bomb, and kind of like a onion, layer by layer, you're diffusing or going deeper and deeper into the bomb, right? You're trying to get to the core to diffuse the bomb, but you have to go through layer and layer of puzzles to basically the shells. You're peeling back the shells layer by layer, doing all these intricate puzzles to get to the core and defuse the bomb. And it gets obviously progressively harder and harder and harder. And I mapped it all out. I designed it. I drew it all out, and I got to the actual coding part of it, and fuck, that's hard. It is really hard. I got to like the outer shell, and I got to the part where it's like, you tap it and that like unscrews the outer shell, and I got that to work. And then I'm getting to the next part, which is I think like steam release valves. So you have to like turn it a certain way to release or raise the pressure just right to get to the next one. Get AI to code it for you? Yes and no. I did involve ChatGPT and things like that to help me through the process, but this is unlike really anything that exists. So to get a computer to kind of understand the three dimensionality of it. It's not like, hey, if I told it, hey, code this website, dude, it'd be done like that. It'd be a snap, done. But this is a three-dimensional object that also has accelerometers and gyroscopes and all these other different things. And so AI is struggling to kind of grasp it, and it's been helping me, step by step. But it can't really understand certain concepts of it. And then of course there's different programming language. Like I think this one uses like prawn. If you know C++ or Python or any of the other ones, it uses prawn. So that's a whole thing. And then for those that know, the SDK, the software development kit, it's written by someone. So it's in their programming language, the way that they created it. So it has to understand that. It's a whole thing. Call a local college and find a comp science major. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of getting to that point. But again, that person would have to learn the cube and would have to learn the programming language of the cube and its thing. So it'd be like learning a whole new thing. It's kind of like, imagine, you are a web-based game developer and it's whatever it was 2002 or whatever, whenever the fucking first iPhone or device came out. What was it, the iPod Touch, whatever it was, the first one that came out, having to figure out how to go from what you were already coding as far as like websites and things like that, or Java scripts or Flash players. I remember Flash games; those were great. But then going from that to jumping to like iPhone development, it was a huge jump. Even if you knew what you were doing, it's kind of like what it would be for someone to just jump to this and start developing. So I'm working through it. Whenever I have those moments where I can't bring myself, because God bless, ADHD has what's it called, like the paralysis something, where like you suddenly find yourself not able to do anything. Like, there's so many things to do, but you just can't. It's not that you don't want to. You want to. You just can't. So a lot of times I have a list, because dopamine is the greatest motivator when it comes to ADHD. So I have a list of things that anytime I get stuck, I go back to that list of things and I just look for what in that moment seems the most interesting thing to do. And I do that. And then usually that's the next, 3 to 6 hours of my life is doing that thing. So that's why I develop in spurts of programming. So yeah, I'll eventually get back to that. I think most game developers in college have to make their own game. A few friends of mine are doing Flash game for their project. Maybe you can get them to do that. In exchange, you give them airtime to promote their game. Yeah, man. I'm more of a security guy, encryption, etc. You may be able to hire an Indian to do it for you. Believe it or not, this is going way back. There's a website. I forget, something you can hire like Filipinos, like people that actually live in the Philippines, and you hire them. Think like Fiverr, where you can hire someone to do something, but it was specifically like, I don't know why it was like specifically Filipinos, for the Philippines. And I had hired a guy to do clip editing. This is way back, way back. If you go back into my back catalog of clips, you can tell the difference of me doing it versus this guy. He was great. I paid him like $20 a month, and he would knock out like, I don't know, 5-10 clips a week. And it was great for a while. And then he got hired to do something else, and then he just disappeared. But yeah, I should just hire a Filipino to design it for me. Like I have the pictures, I have the diagrams, I have like the all drawn up and written up, and I have the proposal and the project thing. And I got to the point where they're like, yeah, if you can build a framework or like a working prototype we'd love to see it, and we can, give you the grant for it. But yeah, I'll get to it eventually. At some point when the dopamine hits just right, I'll get to it. What else? What else? Coding clubs. Yeah. Yeah. I, tr- I try to convince my wife to let me put my son in coding just because I'm like, I'll use it. I'll let him code it. Like, here's the game, kid. And you develop it. There's your college fund. So yeah. But no, I thought about that. Funny enough, you should mention the college thing. I thought about when I was like, man, we need more help here at the station. We need somebody who can like really push the socials and really do like really work the video editing. I was like, man, I should just reach out to local colleges and be like, hey, have them intern here for like college credit, like have them work our social media accounts for college credit, or have them edit our videos for college credit, and then that way they get their name associated with something that's legit in existence, and also we get free help. But I don't know. I don't know if that's like a thing or if I just made that up in my head, but either way, whatever. Yes. Oh man, I love my echo chamber. It just echoes back whatever I say. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Thanks for just hanging in there and just going with the. I'm just letting the dopamine lead today. So I'm like looking around. What am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? Um, Let me ask you guys. That's called virtual interns. Yes, virtual interns. Let me ask you this. People that are here obviously watch Pop Culture Warrior. They obviously watch W.T.F Nation Radio. That's why they're here. What do you think we're missing as a station, right? Me putting on my W.T.F Nation Radio station manager hat here. What are we missing? Could be a show, could be a segment, could be a theme, anything really. Um, I thought recently, I said, okay, well, we've got the video stuff, we've got the live streaming done, we've got, you know, the memes and the clips and the videos. We're back to doing audio podcasts. So I think that fills the gap of just audio. One of my goals is to get us set up like on Substack and get our website really cooking, so that way we can post articles and instead of just sharing stuff, but like have original articles. Um, so there's that. But I'm always thinking like, all right, what is the gap that we need to fill? Missing middle of the day shows. Well, the reset's middle of the day now. He says maybe a show that promotes veteran musicians. Man, I've been saying forever that we need a show that has something to do with music. Something, whether it's reviews, whether it's just jamming out. I mean, whether it's, I don't know, something. And in fact, one of our guys, Massey, is a musician who plays in a band. One of our other guys, Plague, is a fucking metalhead that goes to like concerts all the time. So I was like, oh man, I got to get you guys together and do a music show. But it's hard to like, what's the concept, right? What are we talking? Like, hey, you fucking love Nirvana? Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, Ozzy. Woo. Like, what's the show? Is it just interviewing bands? Like maybe it's just sit down. It's 60 minutes with bands. You know what I mean? So that's hard. Yeah. Um, clothing brand, coffee, a podcast with in-person guests with the long-term interview format. I think that's taken. I think that's taken already. A cooking show. Bro, you're speaking my language. 2 times. 2 times. I have had a cooking show ready to go. I had a guy, phenomenal cook. I can personally attest to that. And was like, hey, let's do this. And he's like, yes, let's do it. We're going to film it right out of my kitchen. Boom, boom, boom. He had some shit go wrong in his life. Had to step back. I don't blame him. That's life. A couple months later, still ruminating on that idea. I come across somebody sends me, they're like, hey, you got to check this guy out on Insta. He's got like a whole cooking thing. And I'm like, I don't want to shout him out because I don't want anybody to bother him, but he had his own military guy, had his own cooking stuff. And I was like, I reached out, I'm like, hey man, I'd love to connect. We went back and forth, talked about the concept. He loved it. I loved it. We're like, fuck yeah, we're going to do this. Started, we got the naming down. I did that. And then just ghosts me out of the blue, just no return emails. So I don't know if he had some personal shit come up. I don't know. I don't even think he's still posting on social media. Let me see if he still posts. But I'm the kind of person, like, I'm not going to chase you. I will bring it to you. I will bring it back to you. After 3 times, I move on. I move on to something else. There he is. Where it is. That's the one. Let's see. The last post was a happy Thanksgiving post of last year. Yeah, sounds about right. Yep. Yeah. So, did you scare him off? I hope not. I mean, I was excited for it. I was excited for it, man. BBQ bombs, beer, and boobs. Angry Elf's toy store. Oh man. I mean, I would be totally fine having a spin-off of Pop Culture Warrior that focuses purely on toys. Like if that's something that people wanted to do. But Angry Elf is a busy guy. He's a busy guy. He doesn't have time for little old us much anymore. I'm teasing him. But yeah, so we're always looking for new ideas. We're always looking for new concepts. We're always looking for avenues of approach. One of our new shows, which really hasn't even got off the ground yet, is Trailhead Ops. A lot of people don't even know that's one of ours now. It's this great guy, Trees, who does the overlanding and 4-wheel driving and outdoor camping and all that stuff. And it was going to be this really cool, unique, like, not so much a live stream as it is, they go out camping and then they film stuff and then they post it. And then wouldn't you know it, because he's still active, he got shipped off to Alaska. And so, we're like, okay, well, we could pivot. We'll do like Alaska outdoor stuff. And it's going to be like, snow kind, whatever. And he was all for it. And then he got there and it's like negative 35. And he's like, yeah, I can't even turn the car on. And so he is still in it. Like he's still all for it. He still wants to do stuff, but he's like, we got to wait till like the spring so that, we can actually go outside and not die. Do a tech show. I love the idea of a tech show. Not a lot of people know this about me. I'm a freaking technophobe. I'm technoholic. I'm addicted to technology. Love technology. Um, and it's my dream to go to things like CES, and events like that where they show off the new tech and things like that. Um, I'd love to do a tech show, but again, it becomes, what's the concept of the show, right? Is it a review channel? Is it, or a review show? Is it a here's what's coming in tech? Is it kind of like, um Pop Culture Warrior talking about movies and TV, but it's talking about upcoming tech and AI and things like that. Um, and as much as I'd love a show like that, you need somebody who's really into that world and really into those things, or could, or who at the very least can speak to it somewhat coherently. Um, there is another side to it. By the way, I teach a podcasting class, so these are all things that I think about constantly. Um, the other side of it, and this is what I talk about in the class, is that, you don't always have to be the subject matter expert to have an enticing show. You can have a show where the whole point is you don't know anything about that, and it's you learning it as part of the content, right? You absorbing that information as part of the content. We do FTX. A lot of times we play games we've never played before, and the frustration of the first 10-20 minutes is me trying to figure out how to put the thing together, read the instructions, teach people how to play the game. And so that becomes part of the show, is that we don't know what we're doing, and we're trying to figure it out. Um, so maybe that's a tech show, in that you have somebody who maybe is interested in it but doesn't really know much about it, and basically that's their show, is them doing a deep dive conversation or look into certain technology or something. I don't know. Fishing, hunting show. A fishing and a hunting show could really, really, really work. Again, I think it has to be with someone who's obsessed with the stuff. Because if it's someone that's like, oh yeah, I like to go fishing once in a while, it's like, it's not going to be as engaging if you're just like, yeah, I went fishing this week and I caught this thing. It was versus someone who's like, okay, so this 12-pounder caught by this. I had a spinning wiggly jiglet, and it caught off the. You can tell when people are really into it. Um, Games and computers. I mean, that's what we got Nemo for over at Weekend Co-ops. You can do a deep dive lore episode where you go more in depth into various franchises, storylines, etc. Can maybe even do tie-ins with how certain storylines affect certain story arcs in the ongoing MCU, or etc. Yeah, I mean, and with that's going into more pop culture warrior specifically. Um, we can absolutely do episodes devoted to certain topics. I like to use it as more of like, hey, this is what's happening this week in pop culture, or this is what's coming up in pop culture. But maybe that's a good segment idea, is going like, hey, let's do an off night stream where we're talking about our favorite MCU movies, right? We do like a roundtable or something like that, or postulate on what could be coming. The first 20 minutes of FCX are the funniest. Yeah, usually, because it's half the guys ignoring me completely, and it's the other half being completely confused by what I'm saying. So yeah, absolutely. That's the madness of FTX, is the first 20 minutes. But yeah, actually, one of the things we're going to be doing, the first part of FTX, is CQ leaving out key instructions about the game. This is how he cheats. Yeah. That's always the thing. It's like, if I go over every specific rule, we'll be there forever, and then they won't even understand because they haven't played it. They don't understand what that rule even means because they haven't played it. But then if I don't do it, and then 20 minutes later, it gets to a point where, okay, it's important. Let me give you that information now. Well, I would have had a whole different strategy if I knew that rule. It's like, get the fuck over yourself. I pop into it just to call CQ a cheater. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's become a rite of passage at this point. Is it even an FTX if I wasn't called a cheater? One of the things we're going to do with FTX, which I'm very excited to try, is I have this like mobile computer stand or mobile computer. Imagine like a giant tablet, but it's on wheels. And so I want to do a thing where just under the main camera, that will sit there and we'll be able to have a guest join us. And so we'll see the guest as if he's sitting right across the table from us. And then also that feed will be put into the broadcast. So you on that side of the camera will just see, we're here and then they're here, something like that. But for us, it's like they're sitting there with us and talking to us. And it'll be creators, it'll be publishers, it'll be designers, artists, whatever that have to do. And they can talk about the game we're actually playing. Sheldon Cooper, kind of like that. Yes, kind of like that. And so that's something that I'm working on to be able to do. And then also we'd be able to use that in theory to be able to host a virtual player. So if someone out there wants to play with us one night and it's a game that it makes sense to do that, then yeah, we could have that player join us right at the table. And they would sit right at the table and play with us. Keith, what up, man? Aren't you supposed to be at oh well, yeah, it's been 2 hours. So how was the movie? Give us a rating. 1 to 10. How was the movie? Our man K-Mail coming out of The Bride, starring what was it? Christian Bale and somebody else, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, I think. If I'm remembering my things correctly. Got a sneak peek of The Bride. Gotta let us know how it was. So yeah. To catch people up, I'm just spitting. I'm just spitballing tonight because I didn't feel like going over any specific news. Just finished with the movie. Virtual player, how frequent would it freeze due to Starlink failing on your end? Well, it wouldn't be over Starlink. It would be over Wi-Fi, so the connection might be spotty. It might be spotty, but we figure it out. We figure it out. We make it work. If you can see me clearly, you'd see them clearly. I really got nothing. Trying to think. Yeah, I got nothing. NY is now suing Valve. NY, is that New York? Hold on. Sorry, my screen is small. This monitor is tiny. Let me see if I can enlarge this so I can read what the freak you're trying to say. Is it NY is now suing Valve or NV? I can't tell. I gotta change the freaking font because some of the letters look weird. NV is now suing Valve. I don't know. You know, a bit of a mix of Moulin Rouge, The Crow with a hint of Nine Inch Nails. New York. Okay, thanks, Scott. Yeah, NY. Appreciate it. Not you. It's the font that I'm using. Apparently, like, I'll get a better font. Whatever. So K Mills says that The Bride is a bit of a mix of Moulin Rouge, The Crow, with a hint of Nine Inch Nails. I dig it. I remember reading somewhere where they talked about sexual violence in the film, and I was like, yeah, say less. um, Gambling gambling through loot boxes. NY is now suing Valve, gambling through loot boxes. Oh, is that why they're okay? I'm not aware. That is a story that escaped me. Not aware. What do I feel like? I don't know. I really, which I don't know how much longer I'm after the beard too. Like I'm starting to get to that point where I'm like, winter ends like what, March 20 something. So maybe when winter is gone, maybe the beard's gone. I don't know. It's getting long. Look at that, long. Just, it's getting to me. It's getting to me. And all the comments about my gray isn't helping either. I don't care. I think gray looks good. I think it looks good. I just got so much of this damn hair. It's everywhere. Anyway, let's just start. Just gonna groom myself live on air. Is this what you came for? Is this what you want? Some grooming ASMR. Poor people listening on the podcast version, on the audio version only. They have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to think, what am I excited for? The gray makes you look distinguished. Yes, that's what it is. Trying to think, what am I excited for coming up? We do have Awesome Con. We do have Unpub coming up. There's not really any games I was really looking forward to. Movies. There's some shows. We've got Daredevil season 2. Got The Boys. We've got Invincible. Those look good. The Scary Movie trailer. I don't know, man. I have very fond memories of the originals, 1 and 2. It got stupid after that, but the originals were some of my favorite comedies. They were so silly and so over the top, but I just don't know if that comedy works today. You know, I already saw people losing their shit over the fact that in the trailer, what's her name? She's like, my pronouns are they, them. I'm a they. They got stabbed. And it's like, it's a joke, right? It's not real, but people are all up in arms. And it's like, I don't know if our society is just too sensitive to allow for that kind of humor. I hate to say it, but like Tropic Thunder, if that movie came out now, I think people would lose. Oh my God, a white man in blackface. Bah! Like, even though that's the commentary it's trying to do, like that's the point. But I just don't think people see the nuance in things anymore. It's just, that's a bad thing. And that's it. K-Mill has a good feeling about this one. I hope it. I like the team behind it. I like the Wayans. I think they're very funny. I was always a fan of what's her name, Anna Faris. I think she's very funny. is out. We are bombing the Middle East. Scary movie trailer is out, and we're bombing the Middle East. What year is it? 2003. Oh man. Yeah, Scott, you're right. It's a small percentage of the population that's making all the noise. Social media is good and bad. It's good because it gives everyone a voice, but it's bad because it gives everyone a voice. And back in the day, if you had these crazy notions or these crackpot conspiracies, you'd have to put out an ad in the paper to hope you find someone to join your little merry band of idiots. But now it just takes a quick tweet and you'll have 80,000 other idiots agreeing with you and forming into a posse that can make a big stink about things and feel like that's power. We got them to drop a joke in a movie. We are strong. And it's like, the Sinners reference. We want to participate in some half gay shit. Why does it gotta be half gay? Yeah. I hope it does well. I hope it does. But we were talking about this last week where the Marlins were saying, I'm sorry, not the Marlins, the Wayans were saying that if it does well, that they would go and make White Chicks 2 and Don't Be a Menace 2, which I'm like, do we need those? Probably not. But, everybody got to chase their nut. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame them. I would do the same. I would do the same. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know. Is this entertaining? Is this at all? Because I was like, should I just cancel the episode? Should I just cancel the show? And then I was like, yeah, I'll just go live and whatever happens happens. This is it. This is me being me. um, I can't really think. I know I'm drawing a blank. What's going on out there? What is happening? I mean, besides all of the, you know, crap. I'm excited for the new season of The Boys. Yes. Well, not just the new season, the last season of The Boys. It is over. This will be the final season of The Boys. I hope Daredevil lives up to the hype. I think it will. Perhaps a tie-in with the new Spider-Man movie. Not even a little bit. Other than I think Daredevil appears in it, or not Daredevil. Punisher. Punisher appears in both, but I don't think that they're going to cross over any more than that. Yeah, loving it. You crazy. You crazy. The new season of Scrubs is out. I haven't gotten to see it yet. I do want to see it. I'm always scared when new stuff like that comes. Just because it's like I hope they don't ruin a thing that I really liked. But I think it'll be all right. Just got an email from a combat veteran that he is working on crowdfunding a movie. Cool. Hey, I mean, look, fucking Markiplier made a $900 million movie on like a $30 million budget. Like, anybody can do it. You just got to have the vision. You just got to have the idea and the willpower to push through any obstacles. That's it. And in a nutshell. Uh, looking around. I've heard some pretty good reviews on Scrubs. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's like there's always the naysayers like it's the same old crap. It's like, well, would you expect them to come up with a new show based on all the old stuff? Like it's more of what you loved if you loved Scrubs. That's the idea of bringing it back is doing that again. Um, so I would hope it'd be good in that it's the stuff that we enjoyed. If that makes any sense. Um, did I see Iron Lung? I saw bits and pieces of it. I did not see the film in its entirety. Um, so yes, I'm aware of the game. Um, Colin Hay was the best. I think my favorite episode, maybe not my favorite, but the one that really always stood out to me is actually the one that had Brendan Fraser in it. That episode where he plays Dr. Cox's brother. That episode was like, oh, that hits you right in the fucking feels. Oh God, that one just every time, every time. If I'm scrolling and I see it, I'll watch that whole thing. I don't care. Um, mm, mm, mm. Iron Lung was a rough watch. Never played the game. Hey, what up, Pookie? Uh, yeah, the game of Iron Lung is wild. Um, so the movie, I would imagine, is pretty tough. It is very good suspenseful. If you've never played the game or seen the movie, Iron Lung is basically there's a lot of like backstory that has nothing to do with the game, but setting the scene is like it's in a time where humans have left Earth. There's like space colonies, but then there was like a big war, so there's only a few left, and so somehow this guy's a captured enemy of this current civilization, and so they seal him into this kind of submarine kind of thing and drop him on a planet into basically a blood ocean is the best way I could describe it. uh and in order to win his freedom, he has to like photograph certain spots, and in the game, as you get coordinates, because you can't see anything, it's like a completely sealed hull, and you have like all you have is like a screen that doesn't even work as like a video, it's like as a camera, so you have to just pilot blindly to these coordinates and then take a picture, and then it just gets progressively scarier and scarier and scarier as things are like banging on the hull and etc. So I'm assuming the movie was just as jarring, or as what I've seen of it, it was pretty jarring. Uh, yeah, I don't really got anything else. Unless you guys got something you want to say, now's your chance to say it. Speak now or forever hold your peace. So actually, we were talking last week about the crappy, Sony movies and how they're gonna reboot that universe and make more and all this and all that. And so I got into this whole kick of like, why? Why do they keep doing this? And what it really boils down to is Sony holds the license to make these movies. And if they don't make a movie at least every 5 years, the rights automatically revert back to Disney, the main holder. And so that's why every few years they keep making these terrible, terrible movies. Um, and it's really just to hold on to the rights of the Spider-Man universe, franchise, whatever you want to call it. And it's just so sad. It's just so, so sad because yeah, it's they're never gonna do it right. I mean, the fact that, and we're talking the live action because like obviously the animated they did fine, but as far as the live action, I can't even remember the last good one they came out with, and it wasn't Venom. It was not Venom. So yeah. I recently saw Predator's Badlands. I finally got around to it. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It's just, it's weird, man. And I said this before having ever watched the movie. Like going all the way back to when they announced it and the trailers came out. I just said it's weird to have a movie where the predator is the hero or the protagonist. Like it was a good movie, solid movie. Like if you take out the fact that he's the predator, I mean, put random alien species, you know, in there, it would be a good movie. I just think it takes away from what the predator has always been, you know, this unseen stealthy enemy that strikes from the shadows, and like that's the, you know, it's the Michael Myers of it all, right? It's the horror movie of like he's in the shadows and he can spring out from anywhere and he's a killing machine. And I don't know, you just, I don't know. I don't know. It was a good movie. It was a good movie, and it deserves a sequel and a whole franchise and everything. I think you could have taken Predator completely out of it. It didn't have to be a Predator movie. You know, uh, you could have called it Alien, not Alien because that's a whole franchise, but you could have called it, you know, Survival on Planet X, and it's random alien trying to, you know, survive and has to form an unlikely alliance to do it. Didn't have to be Predator. I liked Prey, you know, Predator Day One, call it. You know what I mean? I liked that. That was a Predator movie. And I just feel like Badlands, you just took Predator out of it. Just call it Badlands. And it's just a movie about an alien that's trying to survive. I don't know. Like taking Indiana Jones out of the Lost Ark, I guess. They say you take Indiana Jones out of the movie, every event still unfolds exactly the way it did in the movie. He had no real effect on the outcome of that movie. Um, so yeah, I mean, really. Um, um, I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing Project Hail Mary tomorrow. Uh, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I remember seeing the first tease of it at New York Comic Con back when nobody knew what it was. It was just like it's this thing called Project Hail Mary, but nobody actually knows what it is. Like with Steven Spielberg's what's this called, the alien one? I don't know. The fuck, I can't remember the name, but um, nobody knew what that was. But yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go play some Madden. Yeah, go whoop up on some Madden. I started. I'm in an online franchise, and we're probably like, I don't know, 15 years in the future at this point. And I was started with the team was I think the 49ers. But like within the first 5 years, I moved them and changed their name. So I moved them to Anchorage, Alaska. And we are the Alaska Huskies. So yeah, I take my Huskies to another Super Bowl. Uh, but we have other teams like the Tokyo Dragons, the Brooklyn Caps, the something Condors, the Omaha Condors, something like that. It's a bunch of the one of them went to Brazil. I forgot what they're called. San Perino something. Uh, what's the shield next to Restream Bot? Never noticed it. Alaska. Yes, yes, yes. I sent the 49ers to Alaska just to be a thing. And to really kick it up a notch, I built the stadium to be it's an open bowl, so there's no cover. So there are a lot of snowstorms in my games, which is hilarious. Um, so yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play. You guys are just slipping and sliding all over the place, and you can't see anything because it's a whiteout blizzard. Yeah, it's a good time. What's the shield next to the Restream Bot? I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. Don't ask me. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for now. Tune into our other shows at W.T.F Nation Radio. Let's put up the graphic. We've got all types of shows starting Sundays with the Reset at noon. It's our one and only daytime show at the moment. The Reset, all about resilience, mental health, strength, and wellness. Mondays, we got The King and Me, 7 p.m. Eastern. This week they did a special. They did it a little early, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's King and Michelle talking all things love and relationships and bonding and growth. Also on Mondays, we got the Monday edition, 8 p.m. Eastern with Ice and sometimes co-host. It's your news, commentary, and discussion about all the things happening around the world. That brings you to Tuesdays, right here, Pop Culture Warrior. That's me, CQ, Pop Culture Warrior. All the latest and greatest of what's happening in pop culture. Smoke Pit is on a small hiatus. Might be back sooner than you think, though. Wednesday nights, Smoke Pit. Also on Wednesday nights, we got the Sports Bar with King and Coach, giving you all those great sports stories and news and highlights. Thursdays is Sergeant's Time with Ice and Spanky. You know what it is. It's one of the flagships. It's all the good stuff. Every other Friday is FTX. Should we move to a weekly? I don't know. I don't know if I could handle. I don't know if I could handle Friday night. Hey, Captain Wayne. I don't know if I could handle Friday night FTX every Friday night. I can only deal with those bozos you know, once every 2 weeks without going insane. And then Saturday nights is weekend co-ops. Gaming goodness. Playing all types of co-op goodness games. They're great. The team over there at Weekend Co-ops is killing it. They're going live damn near every night playing games. Right now, I think the big one is the big WoW update, World of Warcraft, for those that know that stuff. And then, like the graphic says, more shows coming soon. So there you have it. That's all for tonight, folks. I salute you. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Chats.
That's the